welcome to my channel. I am super happy today because today I'm doing a book review of the book Flame in the Mist by Renée Ahdieh. I have previously read The Wrath and the Dawn and the second book, The Rose and the Dagger by Renée Ahdieh, so I have a pretty good understanding of her writing style. Before I jump into this book, I would just make an announcement that this summer I'm going to be doing the same summer reading schedule thing that I had last year, and basically what this means is I'm going to be reading 10 books this summer, I believe, and make one book review every single week. And what I've tried to do is kind of mix up the list a little bit, do it kind of different books and that kind of thing, and I probably will change my mind at some point. You know, I can't just make a set TBR, but if you're interested in following along or just reading one book or looking out for whatever reviews, then I'll have a list of the ones that I'm planning to read up on my blog, and the link will be in the description, but I can't really guarantee when I'm going to read the different books, so it's going to be a surprise. But I just wanted to let you guys know, and it's going to be a set series for 2017 as well. But let's jump into this book. Yes. Basically, this is a Mulan retelling, and this is about the main character, Mariko, and she is basically on her way to getting married to this prince. I believe it is an arranged marriage because her father he's kind of what they called daimyo, which is like a feudal, the lord kind of. So her family is pretty rich, and her brother is an amazing samurai, so there's a lot of samurai aspects in this book, which I really enjoyed. But on her way to getting married or engaged, her whole carriages, they're all burnt down and attacked because someone was paid to kill her, and basically she's the only one who survives, and the journey begins from there. There has been rumors that in this forest that she was killed, the Black Clan has their territory, and the Black Clan is kind of like the rebels and kind of live in the shadow, but they're also good fighters and that kind of thing, like outcasts. At some point she meets them and they kind of build up a relationship, and I don't really want to go into the relationship and stuff, and you can completely read everything on the back, but for those of you who haven't read the back, I wouldn't recommend knowing more than that because that would totally ruin it. This book has twists and turns at every corner, and it always kept me on the edge of my seat. It always had plot twists, and there was a huge plot twist at the end. I'm just telling you, it was amazing. The way like Renée Ahdieh writes her stories, they're just so rich with like culture, with clothing, with food. Like you can taste the food, and like the culture is so rich, and I thought that was so lovely. The only thing is that this was a Japanese book, and the original Mulan retelling is Chinese, and I know this for a fact not only because Google, but because my stepmother is Chinese and she read the whole poem that Mulan is actually from when she was younger, and she told me the true story, and the Disney version is very close to the original, and this was kind of far off, and I think it's really disrespectful that this is Japanese and it's always Japanese because her name is Mariko, first off, and all the words that are in here are also Japanese words, I'm pretty sure, because they sound very Japanese, and I thought that was a very big flaw, to be honest, but I think I still really enjoyed the book. This book also has a really amazing romance, and it has a really nice touch of feminism and womanly power, and I really liked that. I read online that someone thought it was too much, and I think some books definitely think it is too much, but I think it worked out pretty well. Another thing that I really enjoyed about this book was that it has a lot of wisdom. Like there's a lot of quotes and like a lot of good stuff that is said in the book that's said in a way that's not very usual, and I absolutely love that, and I should have highlighted more than I did. I highlighted some stuff, but definitely not enough. This one is kind of cheesy, but like I only managed to pick one up, and it says, "The only power any man has over you is the power you give him," which I think is good. It was said by a man. And there's another quote, "A heart doesn't care about good or bad, right or wrong. A heart is always true." I like that. I like that a lot. There were some huge problems with this book, I have to say. The characters were very good. I think I liked the way they were developed, but I didn't really get that feeling when you're really into a character. Like I like the characters that were there, and her characters are always really special, and I like that. And I definitely like the characters in this book, but they do have a similarity to The Wrath and the Dawn. I didn't really mind it that much. There's some parts where I couldn't really put myself in the story and I was kind of confused. The only thing is like the magic system here, it's fucked. Like there's no magic system. And it was the same with Wrath in the Dawn. Like, the way Renée Ahdieh writes magic, it's just useless. Like, all of her 3 books that I've read should just have been without magic, or it should have been rules, because magic can be so good when it's used right, but it can also completely ruin the plot. I would have liked more, like, Japanese mythology, or Chinese if you want to be correct, into this book, and there were some, but I definitely would have liked more. And there were also some parts where there was like intrigues going on with the family that she was going to get married into, and intrigues going on within the Black Clan, and it wasn't really explained that well. It left me kind of hanging. The ending, oh my god, it was so good. Like, the ending, I'm just like, I need the next book right now. This has to be another book, otherwise I'm gonna complain. Like, there has to be another book. It was just such a cliffhanger at the end, and I want the other book so bad. So despite all its flaws, I really like this book. It does have some major flaws, but it's also kind of the way she writes that makes it a little bit confusing. You don't really need to know everything, but it's definitely a book worth reading. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I've been looking forward to reading this book since like the beginning of this year when I started watching BookTube, and I'm just so excited that I finally read it. And it's really, really good, actually, but just be prepared that some parts are confusing and you feel the disconnect, but it's still worth it, you know? Some books are just like that. And lastly, I just want to address the cover. Look how these like petals just turn into this like weapon, you know, like the ones you throw. That is just awesome. I love that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you felt inspired to read this book. I think you should. I recommend it. I really, really hope you guys have a lovely day and that you look forward to my summer reading and follow me along. So I hope you guys all have a super, super lovely day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!